Jai Hind students, this is Ashutosh Tripathi from Sunbeam School. In class 7, the textbook for mathematics that we are going to follow is Mathematics Textbook for class 7 by NCERT, and there is another book which is a reference book, Mathematics for class 7th, R.S. Agrawal. You can see the book by NCERT on your screen right now, and look at the contents in the book. The first topic here is integers, and we are going to begin with this topic, integers. But before that, let's see the basic number system. There is a type of number which is natural number. Natural numbers that we use for counting are called natural numbers. So which numbers you use for counting are 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. You never start from 0, you know that. So write here 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. All these numbers are natural numbers. And the second type is whole number. Whole numbers. All the natural numbers along with 0. When you add 0 in the family of natural number, then all these numbers become family of whole numbers and so on up to infinite. Here infinite means these numbers are adding like this and there is not any end of them. Then you write here integer. Do one thing, represent these numbers on number line first. Now there is a number line, see, this is from here to here. This is 0. This is plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5 and so on up to infinite. It means a lot of number are there. And here minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 and so on up to infinite. So these numbers are written here. In class 6, you have prepared these lines. So here from plus 1 to infinite, all these numbers are natural numbers. Natural numbers. And when you add this 0 in this family is the family of whole numbers. Whole numbers. Okay. Here you can see some numbers with negative sign. These are called negative integers. These are negative integers. So in integers there are all positive integer. This is plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4 and so on up to infinite. 0 is also in integers and all negative integers are also here. Minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 up to infinite. So if you have to define this integer, it means all positive integer, all negative integers and this 0. This 3 group makes the group of integers. Now let's see some important properties of this number line. This is a number line where you can see some positive integers and some negative integers. 0 is neither a positive integer nor a negative integer. See, here it is 4. It is plus 4 and this is plus 3. And here this is on the right of 3 and this is the left of 4. You can see that a number line, every right number is greater than the number which is on left. Here 2 is greater than 1. 1 is greater than 0. You can write here 1 is greater than 0 and 2 is greater than 1. 3 is greater than 2. 4 is greater than 3. 5 is greater than 4. So you can see a tendency here that numbers which are on left right hand side are greater than the left number. This means that 0 is greater than 1, minus 1 is greater than minus 2, minus 2 is greater than minus 3, minus 3 is greater than minus 4, and minus 4 is greater than minus 5. The whole number line follow this property. So if someone asks a question to you that which is greater than minus 5 or plus 5, so plus 5 is either on right hand side of minus 5, so the answer is plus 5 is greater than minus 5. Okay, you have to choose between minus 5 and plus 5 no? So here plus 5 is greater than minus 5. This is the answer. And if you have some numbers, if numbers are 6 minus 6, 3 minus 9 and 1, and you have to arrange these numbers in ascending order, then what do you mean by ascending order? An order of number where numbers are arranged in increasing manner, then the order is ascending order. Now this is plus 6 minus 6, 3 minus 9 and 1, and the number which lies on the left hand side of all the numbers is the smallest one. If you compare here, minus 6 is somewhere here, this is minus 6, and minus 9 is minus 7, then minus 8, then minus 9. So here minus 9 is the number which lies on the left hand side of all the numbers. This means that minus 9 is the smallest number. So you have to write here ascending means from smaller to greater. So this is minus 9, the first number here, and this one is the smallest number. Then among all number, now minus 6 is greater than minus 9 but smaller than 6 and 1 and 3. So write here minus 6, because minus 6 is here on the right of minus 9. Again this is minus 9, this is minus 6, and after that 1, 6 and 3, there are 3 numbers which are left here, and among them 1 is smaller, so put here 1, and you can see that 1 is greater than, here it is 1 is greater than minus 3, minus 6 and greater than minus 9, and then it is 3 is greater than 1, and in the last there is number 6 which is greater than all numbers. So this is the ascending order of integers. By this means we can arrange them. Again, descending order of these numbers. So first you have to put the greatest number, then arrange all the numbers in decreasing order. So the greatest number here is, among them is plus 6, and here it is greater than 3. You can write the reverse order of ascending order, you know that, and then it is 1, then it is minus 6, and you know there it is minus 9, and here minus 9 is the smallest. From greater to smaller we move here for descending orders. Here you have to keep one thing in your mind, that the number which lies on the right hand side of first number is greater than the first number. Means if plus 3 lies on the right hand side of 1, it means 3 is greater. Okay, if minus 3 lies on the right hand side of minus 5, it means minus 3 is greater. So this is the basic rule of understanding ascending and descending order for integers. Now let's see some more properties of number line. When we add positive integers, we move to right. Now add two positive integers. If I take it 4 and 1. 4 and 1 are positive integers and the result is 5. When you add 1 here, the result is 5. So you can see here we move to right when we add a positive integer, that is 1. So this statement is right here. Add positive integer, we move to right. Add negative integer, we move to left. If there is a number 4 and if you add a negative integer -1, the result is 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. So when you add -1, you move from 4 to 3. This means you move to left side. Okay, this statement is also correct here. Subtract a positive integer, we move to the left. When you add or when you subtract a positive integer, when you subtract 2 from 5, you subtracted a positive integer 2 from 5, the answer is 3 here. In this case, what we did, we subtracted 2 from 5 and the answer is 3. So you can see that we move to the left side. So this is also correct. And subtract a negative integer, we move to the right. How? When you subtract -2 from 1. When you subtract a negative integer from 1, to subtract an integer, what we do, we change this sign minus into plus and we can put here the additive inverse of -2 and that is 2. So the result is 3. So you can see that when you subtract a negative integer here, we move to the right side. It became 3 here finally. So we move to the right side. So these are the properties of the number line, and these questions are important for the multiple choice question basis. So we have a question from a table. Try these. And first question is our classwork. A number line representing integers is given below. There is a number line and here this number line represents integers, and -3 and -2 are marked by E and F respectively. Means E is -3 is by E. So here is E and this is -3 and F is -2. So the question is, which integers are marked by B, D, H, J, M and O? So first prepare a number line. If this is a number line, this is 0, this is 1, 2, 3 and so on up to infinite, and this is -1, -2, -3 and so on up to infinite. So you can have an idea from here that what is D. You can see that this is -3, in right of -3 there is -2, in the right of -2 there is -1. So G is -1. And what next? That is 0. What next? That is +1. What next? That is +2. So complete this chart here. 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, 7 and so on. See, it is 0 here and 0 is represented by H here. It is -1. After H there is G and that is -1, then -2, then -3. What is D? That is -4. That C is -5, B is -6 and 7 is A is -7. So you got the idea of here, idea of fill this number line. Now you can see B is -6. You are getting your answer here. D is -4. H is 0. J is represented by 2. M is 5 and O is 7. So these are the answers here. Second part you have to try in your homework, and I will give that question in your homework. Now let's check some result of the mathematical operations on integers. So what if we add two positive integers? We add 2 and 3, and the result is 5 here, which is a positive integer. So the result is we get a positive integer. We get a positive integer. Positive integer. See, it is 3 plus 9. The answer is 12 again. And that is again a positive integer. And what if we add two negative integers? Means if you add two negative integers, you add minus 4 and minus 5. Eventually they will be minus 4, and here when you remove this bracket, that will be minus 5. Here this plus and this minus make it minus, and this is minus 5, and the answer is minus 9. So you can observe one thing here, that when we add two negative integers or negative integers, the result is again a negative integer. So when you add two positive integers, the result is a positive integer, and when you add two negative integers or more than two negative integers, the result is a negative integer. Take for more example, that is minus 1 and plus minus 2. Here this will be again minus 1 and minus 2, that is equal to minus 3, again a negative integer. So this is the result, that we get negative integer. Negative integer. What if we add positive and negative integers? So we have two cases for that. When positive integer is greater, how? When you add plus 5 and minus 3. Here plus 5 is a positive integer and minus 3 is a negative integer. So when you add plus 5 and minus 3, the answer is plus 5 and minus 3, and that will be 2. Okay, so here in this case, when positive integer is greater than negative integer, then the result is a positive integer. You can see that. And when here negative integer is greater than the positive integer, here minus 9 is a negative integer and plus 5 is a positive integer, but you can see that negative integer is greater than the positive integer. In this case, what actually happen, this will be 5, and here plus and minus make it minus, and this 5 minus 9. In this case, we have to subtract again 5 from 9, and the result is 4, but the sign here will be minus, means the sign of answer is the sign of the greater integer, that is 9 here. Okay, so the answer is minus 4. So the possibilities are here are two type. First one is getting positive integer, and the second one is getting negative integer. That is actually dependent on the number that we take on a question. And the fourth is additive inverse of 8 is minus 8, and additive inverse of minus 8 is 8. But first you know about additive inverse. What is that? If you have a number, if it is plus 2, what to add here that the result will be 0? You tell me that. You have to add here minus 2. What? Minus 2, because that will be 2 and minus 2, and the answer is 0. So you have to write a number so that you can get 0 as an answer here. So minus 2 is additive inverse of 2. This is the basic meaning for that. So here for 8. When you add here minus 8, then the result is 0. It means minus 8 is additive inverse of 8. See how this is 8 minus 8 is equal to 0. And additive inverse of minus 8 is 8. See how additive inverse of minus 8, what to put here so that answer is 0? You have to write here 8, and that will be minus 8 plus 8, and that is equal to 0. So you can say that additive inverse of minus 8 is minus 8. Additive inverse for minus 8 is 8. What you did actually, we have to change the sign only, and we have to do nothing else. We have to change the sign only to obtain the additive inverse here. And we have, for subtraction, we add the additive inverse of integers that is being subtracted to the other integer. This means if we want to subtract an integer from an integer, what to do? See, if it is 5 and you want to subtract here 7, we actually add the additive inverse of 7, which is minus 7, and the result is 5 minus 7. Right here 2, 7 minus 5, that is 2, but the sign will be of 7 because that is the greater integer. And if we want to subtract minus 2 from 5, then what to do? We have to add additive inverse of minus 2 here. So additive inverse of minus 2 is 2, and the result is 5 plus 2, that is 7. So these are the methods here. Means when you want to subtract two numbers, you have to add the additive inverse of the integer that you want to subtract from the other integer. Okay, so we will start our first exercise 1.1 now.